Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel where I go over some known and some unknown paranormal cases, anywhere from mysterious sightings to possessions to hauntings, all of the above in the paranormal field. I'm really excited about this next case because I have personally been exposed to this, but I'll go more into detail a little bit later on in the video. Please make sure to subscribe, like, or comment on the video. Any input, any experience that you guys have had in this field or anything having to do with this type of case. So let's get started. Today we're going over Lily the doll. So historians have tracked Lily's background to early discovery reports of occult practices, pagan rituals, and warding rituals from 19th century Germany. Handmade dolls like Lily were left out to frighten local spirits and ghosts, a custom that has been dated back to the Vikings and Roman era. The doll was owned by a wealthy family, though I couldn't find any records or names of this family. Legend says that the family that owned the doll experienced multiple tragedies, including death of several of their family members, anywhere from being sick to accidental deaths, just a lot of unexplained occurrences. There isn't too much information on this family other than the tragedies or any other information pertaining to what happened to the doll after this. All I do know from what I found is that it does disappear, until an Oregon-based antiques dealer found Lily in an old steamer trunk. Since he owned an antique shop, he was really intrigued when he found this doll in this old trunk. So of course he decided to take it. Soon after he brought the doll to his shop, he started experiencing very strange phenomenon. Things like scratches on the walls, on the display case where he had Lily the doll. Just random areas where you wouldn't normally have scratches, they just started appearing out of nowhere. Slowly after this, the doll started moving on its own, different places, out of its case, onto different shelves, different areas of the shop.
You're dead, you hear me?
And then very soon after, the shop owner started experiencing very vivid visions or nightmares that were very thorough of a little girl who he did not know or have any memory of ever meeting. So he was a little thrown off by this, having these terrible nightmares of these horrible things happening to this little girl, and he couldn't explain what was going on. He then realized that the doll must have been responsible for all these strange occurrences, from the scratches to the movement to the nightmares. And like I said before, these nightmares were very vivid. It's almost like he was reliving this little girl's childhood and experiencing everything that she went through, all the horrific things and trauma that she experienced. So this was very draining on the owner. He really wanted to just get rid of this thing. It was too much for him to handle. So he decided to put it up for sale. Following his decision to put it up for sale, a mother and a daughter came into the shop looking around for antiques. Immediately went to the doll, straight to the doll. Didn't look at anything else, almost like it was calling to her, like she knew it was there, like they were old friends and she knew that she was going there to visit this doll. The antique owner says that the little girl was talking to the doll for 3 hours straight. When they finished their conversation, the little girl had went up to the antiques dealer and told him there is a little girl living in the doll and she died in a terrible way. And you can only imagine that this antique dealer was terrified. Chills went down his spine. How does this little girl know the nightmares he's been having? It only verified everything that he was experiencing, that this little girl did really come to a tragic death and experience a horrible childhood. He did find some sense of relief hearing this little girl's explanation of what was going on with the doll, verifying that he wasn't going crazy or things weren't just happening to him. After this little girl visited the antique shop and had this 3-hour conversation with Lily the doll, word started to spread. One of the people that heard about this was Zak Bagans from Ghost Adventures, lead investigator. Now, if many of you don't know, he does own a museum of haunted artifacts that is located in Las Vegas, Nevada. So he wanted to acquire this doll to add to his collection for his museum. So he decides to go visit this antique shop. When he visits the antique shop, the shopkeeper that's working at the time grabs the doll down from the display case, and immediately as she brings it down, she hunches over and has a severe abdominal pain and just starts screaming out of nowhere, "I need to wash my hands, I need to wash my hands." Zak Bagans at that moment knew, "I gotta have this doll." So he purchases the doll, takes it back to his museum. Now this is what I was talking about earlier about having first-hand experience with this doll. So I have been to this museum. I went there once, about 4 years ago, and I have to tell you, it was a wonderful experience. There were 2 rooms that I felt threw me off the most. One of the rooms was where he has the staircase to hell. The other room was where Lily the doll was kept. As soon as I walked in, I started feeling an overwhelming sense of heat. Just my body just going really, really hot, almost like fighting a flu, like your temperature's rising. It was a very, very uneasy feeling. It made me feel almost paranoid, almost like something was gonna happen, like something was watching me and was waiting for something bad to happen. The feeling did go away when I left the museum, but still it was a little bit freaky experiencing that, especially now looking into this case and seeing that this was the doll that I had seen. One interesting fact that I did come across for Lily the doll, I have not been able to confirm it, but I have came across multiple articles that have talked about Lily the doll being made in the likeness of a prolific serial killer named Elizabeth Bathory. She was Hungarian, born in the 1500s, and she was accused of killing more than 600 young women inside her castle. According to legend, she believed that bathing in their vaginal blood would provide her with youth and keep her young. So like I said, I wasn't able to confirm this, but it is said that the doll was created in the likeness of her. So this case was really exciting to look into. Dolls have always been creepy in nature. They've been around for centuries. A lot of people really do get creeped out from dolls, especially since there are multiple cases of demonic possession in dolls. They are basically a vessel for entities to go into. You know, one of the most famous dolls that a lot of people know, and there's a movie, is Annabelle. So this isn't anything that's new. So I think that's what makes it more exciting, is that there is a lot of information out there of cases like this one. So it was really amazing to come across this one and to share it with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the case. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.